Outlander, Blood of My Blood, Season 1 Episode 7 Recap. What does Lovat want with Julia's baby? Outlander, Blood of My Blood 7th episode is rife with treachery, secrets, and conflict. The novel delves deeply into love, power, and rebellion, from a startling cattle raid to a tragic baptism. This chapter demonstrates the close relationship between political games and personal life in Scotland during the 18th century. There is commotion at the beginning of the episode. Leo is enraged when word gets out that cattle have been stolen. Men argue, suspicions fly, and the fragile peace between clans feels like it could break at any moment. A more subdued yet poignant moment takes place as the guys battle over cattle. In keeping with Highland custom, Fraser surreptitiously assists Julia in baptizing her child. William Henry Bochamp is the infant's name. In Outlander, Blood of My Blood, this intimate yet rebellious moment demonstrates Brian's developing relationship with her kid and Julia's need for control. Ellen Mackenzie is working on her wedding trousseau at Castle Leo. Her heart isn't in it, though. She should wed Malcolm Grant, but her thoughts are elsewhere. Furthermore, there are allegations that Dougal has vanished into Jacobite business and that the dowry money is missing, which would be disastrous for the marriage agreement. Ellen volunteers for a risky mission in Outlander, Blood of My Blood. Ellen moves forward with unexpected bravery. She offers to get the missing cash and Dougal back. She poses it as a simple social call to Lady Nairn in order to hide her actual motivations. In Outlander, Blood of My Blood, her boldness demonstrates her independence and desperation. Henry is still grieving for Julia in Outlander, Blood of My Blood. His narrative is very tragic. He goes to a brothel to get back a necklace Julia gave him, not for fun. He still has the same objective: to get to his daughter. He needs to go back to the stones at Cray na Dun. His determination is as raw as his grief. When Lord arranges a public baptism, the atmosphere changes. This is purely political, in contrast to Julia's covert baptism. In Outlander, Blood of My Blood, Ellen's mission puts her right in danger when she stumbles into a Jacobite meeting at Lady Nairn's house and finds Dougal and, shockingly, Fraser. Lovat's cold ambition is evident when he renames the baby Simon Fraser of Lovat, claiming him as heir. While Julia is devastated when Lovat takes the baby from her and orders a wet nurse, she refuses to give up and, with Dana's assistance, slips monk's pepper into Lovat's food to weaken his desires. When Murtagh confronts Brian and vehemently accuses him of betraying Ellen, the tension increases. The story is further complicated by this love triangle. In a furious address, Rob Roy MacGregor exhorts the Scots to rebel against Hanoverian tyranny. Mackenzie's money is pledged to the insurrection by Dougal. However, Malcolm Grant arrives with redcoats before any plans can proceed. Although many people manage to flee the chaos that ensues, questions regarding Ellen's presence persist. When Henry tries to get to Cray na Dun again, Archbug stops him and mercilessly makes fun of him. Henry's resolve remains unwavering despite his repeated failures. He is still determined to return. The episode of Outlander, Blood of My Blood builds toward two shocking events. Ellen is first charged with losing her moral character. She is shocked and humiliated when the Grants demand a humiliating test. Even her brothers, Dougal and Colum, show disappointment and rage. Second, Brian discovers yet another treachery just as he is about to get away from the redcoats. In Outlander, Blood of My Blood, his father, Lord Lovat, discloses that he purposefully damaged Ellen's reputation by sowing doubts about her honor. Lovat demonstrates his brutality. He acknowledges that he has hit the Mackenzies with Ellen's name and doesn't care if it makes his son unhappy. In Outlander, Blood of My Blood, his brutality demonstrates that he will sacrifice anybody for power, including his own child. Julia experiences a brief moment of victory in spite of the terrible developments. In the night, Julia sneaks to her baby and holds him close in a scene that reminds us of what she's fighting for. Episode 7 of Outlander, Blood of My Blood highlights the struggles of women like Julia and Ellen who fight for agency in a world that constantly tries to control them. The men, Brian, Henry, and Dougal, are torn between love, loyalty, and ambition. The Jacobite rebellion, a storm that is just starting to brew, hangs over everything. Lovat fails in bed and drinks himself into a stupor thanks to the herbs, and the minister who performed the baptism mysteriously dies on his way home.